Hello, everyone. It's me, Coffee Stitcher. It is the last Sunday in November. That month actually kind of flew by. How is everyone? Awesome. That's really good to hear. The For our Patreons, or for I guess the Patreons of Stitch Mania the Talk Show, the episode should be available to you today. So that's exciting. And then for everyone else, it should be available tomorrow. Um, so yay! All right, so this week we've got a very slow loading YouTube page. So I know I've got some Q&A, but we shall see what that is once the page finishes loading. I'm trying out headphones today to see if that helps with the background staticky noise that several people were mentioning. If this works, please let me know. If it doesn't work, please let me know. Like I said, I want to try to avoid that because I understand what sensory problems there can be. Um, All right. So, for those in America, I hope you enjoyed a safe Thanksgiving if you participated in any capacity. Um, for those of you not, I hope you had a lovely week. I learned all sorts of things this year about the National Day of Mourning that many Indigenous people observe instead of American Thanksgiving. So that was definitely interesting to learn this week. I'm trying to be very good about sharing things like that to my Instagram stories. So if you're interested, check them out. I don't think I actually saved those stories. This week was a little bit of of stuff. So, but I will do my best going forward when I see things like that to sort of save it so that they can be referred back to. So yeah. So we do have good Q&A. We've got Hall. We've got an almost finish. We've got an actual finish. We've got December plans that are not set in stone, so you're going to get December plans part 2 next week when I actually know what I'm doing. I didn't plan as well as I really should have for this today. Go me. All right, so YouTube is just about to finish loading, theoretically. Maybe. I've got the white screen now. I really probably need to reboot my computer. But I always get worried that I'm not going to be able to reboot it. Um, so, come on. Okay, well, we'll do this a little bit out of order since the page hasn't loaded. So, my haul this week, first I got my monthly fabric from Fortnite. This is, and they Christian said he got distracted while he was cutting. So what he did was I actually got my fat quarter of 16 count Ada. This is Dryad's saddle. Into 2 fat 8s, which actually is going to work out great because I can use this for Christmas Carol, which I'll be starting shortly. But then, as an apology, he sent me a fat quarter of 18 count. So I have extra of this one. So that's actually kind of fun and exciting. I can't wait to see what I come up with to use on these. And then I got an early Christmas present from my friend Robert. It's a Christmas-themed project bag from Stitch and Button. So it's my first one of Gable's bags. And it's really nice. I really like the way she does the pulls. That's super nice. And it's well put together. I will definitely have to get more from her. But I will be using this for Christmas Carol. So we're just going to go ahead right on in and plop in the fabric. Christmas Carol starts on Saturday. I still haven't decided if I'm going to do DMC, if I'm just going to pull random colors, if I'm going to do Krynic. I haven't really decided yet. But yeah, we will see what happens. Apparently my okay. Well, we may be doing something slightly different for Q&A since the web page didn't want to load. Fortunately, I had my iPad with me today because I had plans specifically for something that I was going to do. I did do some Black Friday shopping. I'm still doing some Black Friday shopping. Um, so, let's see, YouTube Studio. Nope. No, I don't want to. I don't want to. Well, we may have to start using that going forward, depending on what happens. So, my channel. Okay. All right, so the first question comes from Tracy Maher. She asks, are you planning on doing magical stitches next year again? I miss your weekly homework roundups. Also, did you finish Chinese Zodiac? And when you have finished, do you plan on how you are going to fully finish it? Okay, so first, I am signed up to be a helper in magical stitches. I don't know how fully I'm going to participate in magical stitches. I will not be reading the books. So I haven't quite decided. I'm thinking I may do WIPCO next year. Maybe. I may also try to focus more on the Daily 30 group because that one's got some interesting challenges that change constantly enough that I think that may almost work a little better for me. And Chinese Zodiac, no, I got behind, and typically when I get behind like that on a stitch along, I get annoyed with myself, so I put it aside for a little while, and then I'll come back. I'm close enough to done with it; it won't be abandoned. I just needed to, with the move and everything going on, I needed to sort of declutter my mind a little bit. So, but I will definitely will finish it, and my plan is to have that one finished as a pillow because I think that one looks like a good pillow project. Jay Guidry asks if this sweater is store-bought or handmade. It is store-bought at Walmart. Now, I will say I have not seen it the last 2 weeks, so I think it sold real fast, so I'm glad I got it when I did. Christy Jean asks, where did I get the Walk Toward the Sun by Mary Engelbreit kit? It is an older Busilla kit. It was gifted to me by my friend Dawn. So I don't actually, I don't actually know where she got it. And I think it is out of print now. Park Hopper Bart says, I feel like there are a lot of Oz designs out there, but also not a lot of Oz designs. If you could have the perfect Oz chart, what would it feature and what style would it be? For sure, I would really, really love, like, and it would be probably a big project. I would actually really love a map of Oz with the different countries and locations and the different characters from the books. And I would want it. I don't know what style I would want it in. Part of me would love it more. I feel like the frosted pumpkin kind of lends itself to that a little better. I don't think I would want it to be primitive. I don't quite know. I would definitely love though to see a map of Oz with it as close to the books as it can be. I mean, obviously there's going to be some liberties due to the limitations of cross stitch. Um, so I think that's something I would really like to see. I definitely like to see more like and then part of me would also really like it like if someone would do like one for each book and focus on like a key scene. I think that could be really cool. I tried my hand at designing and didn't enjoy doing it. So before anyone says, "Oh, you should totally do that," no, because what happens is that I design it and then I never want to stitch it because I've already done it. So I would rather have someone else do it and then I get to stitch it. Um, but yeah, I'd like to see more of the other characters, and I'd like to see more than just like Stitch people designs. Um, Something more along the lines of like the Pedal Pusher or the Satsuma Street Alice. Something like that would be really awesome too. Um, Unfortunately, I have a feeling since Satsuma Street's already done in Emerald City, she won't be doing a Wizard of Oz. But I can always hope. Um, Karen Gonzalez has a question about Krynic. She asks, "Are you able to split the threads like you would with the DMCs? I find myself just using what I cut off the spool." Well, okay, Krynic is meant to be done. Just pull it off the spool, cut and go. When you're looking at Krynic, and you'll notice traditionally for cross stitch you use either a blending filament or a number 4 braid, sometimes a number 8 braid. What that actually means is the blending filament is the base, and then a number 4 braid is essentially 4 strands of the blending filament braided together. And then obviously 8 for the strands, 16, 32, and so on. So you could split them apart. I wouldn't. But you could if you wanted to. So, but it is meant to be used just straight off the spool as is. Um, Leanne Williams asks if I know of any 2021 sales. Well, this is about the time of year where you're going to start seeing the announcements. Usually, Clouds Factory announces in December. Frosted Pumpkin will usually announce in December. I know Ingleside Imaginarium is putting hers temporarily on hold. Modern Folk Embroidery has announced theirs, I believe, already. Or they may have just announced it to those doing the 2020. Um, but this is the time of year where they're going to start showing up. I assume Cross Stitcher's last part of their Alice Sal will release tomorrow in the magazine. I think that's when it's due out on the 1st. And they'll probably then have some announcement for what their next one is going to be. I did not do the Alice one. I probably wouldn't do that Alice one. It's nice and all, but it's not my jam. Um, so we should be starting to see announcements soon. We just haven't, I think, quite gotten there yet. All right. So, what did I work on this week? Well, I'm glad you asked. You like how I did that? Okay, so first off, I finished part 3 of Dark Queen of the Seas. So here she is in all her beautiful glory. I just love how she looks. She's so pretty. I can't wait to see what's coming next with her. Uh, Partially hoping for the head, but I would be okay if we did something different too. I'm really hoping we get to the sparkle soon. I'm ready for some sparkle. And this is on Hurricane from Under the Sea Fabrics. All right, then I worked on Cinderella from my fairy tale favorites. Then my fuzzy stuff arrived, so I finished up the Snow Queen, and then I spent all of Thanksgiving doing the internal beading. So first we'll go up close so you can see Cinderella and the Snow Queen. And then, sorry, I'll show this as best I can. So there's the fairy godmother and Snow White and Rapunzel and the Frog Princess, Dorothy, and the Little Mermaid. And then Red Riding Hood, Sleeping Beauty, and Gretel. And then I started on the border beads, but I'm a little worried about how they look. I feel like they're a little bunched together, but I don't really know what to do to fix that. But it doesn't look, it's one of those things at a distance, it doesn't look bad. It's really kind of only when you're right up close on it. So I will probably just keep going. I currently have this listed as a finish for next month, but I may just go ahead and work on this the rest of today. See how much of it I can get done. Because if I can finish it, that would be gravy. Boop. Okay. So I worked on that. Then I did a little on the Frosted Pumpkin Winter Carriage Ride. I finished the houses. And I got started on border thingies up here. I am debating a little, as much as I really like this one. I'm debating next month starting on the Spring Garden Club, so that maybe I can have that done by spring. Because like I said, I'm trying to do more decorating, and I need more things that aren't Halloween. So we shall see. It's probably like I said, I'll have a better probably answer by next week. So, all right. Then I started and finished this little cutie from Ingleside Imaginarium. This is Julebok Julebooking. I probably pronounced that wrong. But Julebok translates essentially to, actually maybe Yulebok. Bet it's Yulebok and not, I bet it's, the J is supposed to be pronounced like a Y and not a hard J. But Yulebok, which translates to Yule Goat. I did a fairly detailed response on my Instagram. I got some updated, and I posted as well in a couple of groups. I got a really great response from someone who is Norwegian, sort of clarifying points. So the information I got was from Wikipedia. She clarified that, the Yulebok is kind of, from my understanding, and she seemed to sort of agree with me, so if I'm wrong, I do apologize. But sort of like a friendly Krampus. He plays tricks and leaves candy and sort of precludes Father Christmas, but there was a lot more to it than that. However, one of the main traditions is people... Wikipedia implied boys, but she said no, the only people she'd ever known that actually did this were her female cousins. So people in general dress up like the Yule Goat. That's what's known as Yule Booking. And they go door to door singing carols, playing tricks or jokes to be rewarded with candy or drinks. Apparently in Scandinavian and I guess Norse by default cultures is brewing of beer. So it sounds like there's sort of, it's a little murky on its origins and sort of the traditions. It does seem like it's in some ways kind of like our version of trick-or-treating. But it was a fun, cute little stitch. Didn't take very long at all. I think I may finish him since I don't have a sewing machine set up yet, I don't think I'm going to try and do a flat fold out of him. I may just do him in a hoop. But we shall see. Yes. But this was by Ingleside Imaginarium. So yes, this was the first of my foray into non-Santa or baby Jesus patterns. So, and I really had a lot of fun doing him, and I had a lot of fun researching him and learning about him. Okay, so in terms of next month's plans, Dark Queen of the Seas, my plan is to finish part 4. Fairy Tale, if I don't finish it today, I will finish it, and I very easily may finish it today. It'll be finished next month for sure. Christmas Carol will be a start and a finish. That's the next Stitching Book Club. Winter Carriage, if I stick with Winter Carriage, my plan is to do the horse, the 2 green borders, and the purple triangles. So, well, and finish out that little house area. So that's kind of how I'm breaking that one up, I think. But we'll see. Like I said, I may end up switching over and working on spring instead. We'll see. It'll be an adventure. All right, so then Paradise Lost. I haven't worked on it yet this week or this month. My plan is to work on it on the 19th and the 30th of every month. That's kind of what I decided. Since Dad's birthday was the 19th and he passed on the 30th. So I didn't get anywhere on it really this month. Plan is to work on it tomorrow. So we shall see. I've got yeah, and I had a page finish, but I think that's a little ambitious on this one. I think doing 2 days on it and just keeping that as my goal until it's done is probably the way to go. All right. Then on Murder, She Wrote, my plan is going to be to finish the green out. So I've got 1 tree, 1 hedge thing, and then the word palace to go in green still. Yes, so we shall see what happens. But that's at least the plan. All right. For Adventure Awaits, my plan is to do half the buildings in the Asian continent. This is on Mummy Wraps from Ship's Manor. So we'll work on, so it'll be kind of up in here. So I've got, my plan is to do, I think, how many buildings are there? Let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 buildings, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trees and a mountain range. So my plan is going to be to do at least, actually I could probably get all the buildings. I may even be able to manage all of Asia. We'll have to give it a shot. I mean, if I don't make it, I don't make it. But I'll give it a shot. So we'll see. We'll see. All right, so that's Adventure Awaits. That's by Caterpillar Cross Stitch. Ba-doop. The Satsuma Street Alice, the plan is going to be to do the Caterpillar. So from here, I should be able to basically do one of its sections a month. That shouldn't be a problem at all. So the Caterpillar is where my needle minder currently is. This is on Elphaba from Under the Sea Fabrics. I'm still debating on adding metallic. Part of me really wants to. Part of me isn't really sure how to do it because it doesn't... The colors in this are delicate enough that I'm worried about, like with the Satsuma Street, I'm worried about overdoing it with the metallic. Like if I do full metallic, but then I would have to do like blending filament or something over the top, and I don't necessarily know if that's going to give me what I want. And I'm also not entirely sure. There's some places where I feel like I could use metallic, and some places where I feel like I really can't. So I may end up just not. That's probably the better decision. I'm just thrilled that I got that border done. Boop. All right. Then for my Mary Englebright kit, so last month I got the coat done, minus its back stitching. So my plan, I've kind of got the piece divided into quarters. So my plan this month is that I'm going to work on the white border here, as well as the background around her. So, because that's actually going to end up being a lot of white too. Because it'll be white bottom stitches and other color top stitches. But yes. So that's at least the plan as of now. All right. Then Count Your Blessings is going to be my work project because I'm going to work on the border for it. And lunchtime stitching is good for border work. So the plan for the month is at the very least to do this lower left corners border. Depending on how long that takes, I may just continue on with the border. This is by Annie B's Full Cart. Okay. Like I said, so those are the plans as of now. I did not work on Atlantis, Black Cat Hollow, or Dorothy's Discovery. So I don't actually have them on the list for this month. I think with my plans of trying to get seasonal stitching they may drop off just for a little while. But we shall see. We shall see. Anyhow, that's kind of it for me today. Longer video than normal. I'll be back next week for sure with what I've worked on. Definitely with more solid December plans. Yeah. So anyhow, I will see you all next time. Have a great week, everybody.